Video 18, Mission, Vision, and Goals Area 2 CHES Subcompetencies 2.3.1, 2.3.2. Review the learning objectives for this video. Alright, let us talk about something that comes up again and again on the Certified Health Education Specialist exam, and that is the difference between a vision statement and a mission statement. This is one of those concepts that once it clicks for you, you will never miss it again. A vision statement describes the ideal future state that an organization hopes to achieve. It is aspirational, broad, and forward-looking. The vision answers the question, what do we dream of? For example, a vision statement might read, "A world free of heart disease." Notice how this paints a picture of the ultimate desired outcome without specifying how to get there. It is that big, beautiful dream on the horizon. A mission statement, on the other hand, describes what the organization does right now to move toward that vision. It is action-oriented and more specific. The mission answers, what do we do? An example might be, we reduce heart disease through community-based education and screening programs. Notice that the mission uses active verbs and describes concrete activities the organization performs on a daily basis. So here's the key distinction I want you to hold on to. The vision looks forward to the dream, while the mission describes the current work. On the exam, you might see this presented as a scenario where an organization shares a statement and asks you to classify it. If a statement uses words like aspire, envision, or imagine, it is likely a vision. If it uses words like provide, deliver, or serve, it is likely a mission. Keep that distinction in mind because it appears in multiple question formats and you are going to be ready for every one of them. Now let me show you where goals fit into this picture because this is where a lot of people get tripped up and I want to make sure you feel really clear about it. Goals sit between the mission statement and the specific measurable objectives in the planning hierarchy. A goal is a broad statement of a desired outcome that provides direction for the program. Goals help translate the organizational mission into actionable areas of focus. When writing goals, use broad action verbs such as reduce, increase, improve, or promote. For example, a goal might state, reduce the incidence of type 2 diabetes among adults in the priority population. Notice that this goal does not include specific numbers, percentages, or timelines. That level of detail belongs in the objectives, which we will cover soon. Another example of a well-written goal would be improve cardiovascular health among employees in the workplace wellness program. Again, the goal states a direction without specifying exactly how much improvement or by when. Goals provide the general direction while objectives provide the specific, measurable targets. Most programs should have 1 to 3 goals. Having too many goals can dilute focus and make the program difficult to manage. So here is your quick recap. Goals are broad and directional. Objectives are narrow and measurable. A common exam question will present you with several statements and ask you to identify which one is a goal versus an objective. Remember that goals are broad and not directly measurable, while objectives are specific and measurable. If you see numbers, percentages, or deadlines, you are looking at an objective, not a goal. You are doing great with these distinctions, and they are going to serve you so well on exam day. Now let me bring everything together for you with the planning hierarchy, because this framework ties all the pieces into one clear picture. The planning hierarchy organizes all program elements from the broadest aspiration down to the most specific actions. At the top is the vision, which describes the ideal future. Beneath that is the mission, which defines what the organization does right now to move toward the vision. Goals come next as broad statements of desired outcomes. Objectives break those goals into specific, measurable targets with defined timelines. And finally, strategies are the concrete actions and interventions used to achieve the objectives. Think of this hierarchy as a funnel. The vision is wide and aspirational at the top. Each level below becomes more specific and actionable. And here's what really matters: everything should align vertically. Your strategies should support your objectives should support your goals should support your mission, and your mission should advance your vision. Let me give you an example that pulls it all together. If your vision is a tobacco-free community, your mission might describe providing cessation support services. Your goal would be to reduce tobacco use. Your objective might target a 10% reduction in smoking rates within 2 years. Your strategy could be implementing a worksite cessation program. Notice how each level connects logically to the ones above and below it. On the exam, you may be asked to arrange these elements in the correct order, or to identify which element is missing from a planning scenario. The most common error is confusing goals with objectives. Always check whether the statement includes measurable criteria. If it does, it is an objective. If it does not, it is a goal. You now have a really strong grasp of how these planning elements work together, and that understanding is going to carry you forward. Read the scenario stem aloud. Give students 30 seconds to consider options before advancing. The correct answer is B. The statement describes an aspirational future state for the county, making it a vision statement. It paints a picture of what the community hopes to become rather than describing current activities, which would be a mission. While it mentions a year, it lacks the measurable specificity required of an objective. Summarize